God damn, I hate this antagonist character so much. So clearly they are doing a good job. Hello, welcome back. In this one, we are looking over episode 2 of the Ossan Newbie adventure, trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible. Whew. This title never gets old. Or shorter, for that matter. Now, let's just get right into this antagonist character we get introduced to in episode 2. Because goddamn, I think they threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at him to make him as unlikable as humanly possible. Even having him wear the most, apparently, gut-wrenching cologne that smelled so bad that I think our main character got sick. And that is an accomplishment in and of itself. But just his entire existence, how he acts, his elitist attitudes, his absolute superiority complex, and everything else, while they are very tropey, and his entire antagonist character is like a mix match of every possible antagonist trope to make someone unlikable, they do really do a good job of making him really, really unlikable. And especially how he treats other people, including the examiner-san that is sort of friendly towards Rick, really just makes you want Rick to bust his head in the next episode. And I just hope he delivers sweet, sweet justice to all of us viewers in episode 3. And if all that wasn't enough, of course he is the oldest sibling to these two other brain-dead siblings that we were introduced to in episode 1 that tried to have a go at Rick. This entire family is apparently full of inept, wannabe, superiority elitist pricks. So hopefully soon they can all go crying home to mommy together. Should be a nice sibling activity, am I right? But outside of the very overt antagonist douchebag this episode, they do keep hitting home on the thematic narrative here, which I really appreciate and which I am really happy they are doing, because I was sort of wondering after the last episode of, okay, will they really focus that much on this whole message and theme of the anime? Or will it be more of a gimmick where they mention it and it's kind of relevant to the story but not really at the forefront? But no, thankfully, it does seem to be definitely at the front of the creators' minds that this is something we want to highlight, and it is important, even pivotal to the story. And that is very nice to see, and it is still the highlight for me for this anime, and it will probably continue to be so for the rest of the season, because I do really love the thematic narrative they want to go with there. Of course, it never being too late to rebrand yourself, right? Never being too late to follow your dreams, to change paths in life, no matter the hardships you may face, etc. It was also very nice to see this examiner-san, as I'll call him, being this friendly, somewhat older guy, even older than Rick at this point, but how he himself explains that, yeah, he started being older than everyone else, but still younger than Rick is now, but how he respects him and admires him, and you get this sort of mutual respect of them both following their dreams and seeing that in each other and really connecting over that fact as well. That was a very nice, wholesome moment. And of course, it also leads into the end of the episode when Rick finds out that, yeah, Examiner-san, being the super nice guy he is, I mean, goddamn, this man even wanted to build like a school for homeless kids back in his hometown to train them to be adventurers due to his upbringing, that he had been beaten up by this douchebag antagonist. And like, yeah, when we see Rick finding that out, him being very, very angry, as probably the entire viewership of the anime also was, and then getting up to this confrontation in the next episode due to that. I do also like that in the same scene where Rick finds out that Examiner-san was beaten up and just made fun of to being third rate, being old, you know, trying to be something when he was sort of older than, well, 14, I guess, as the antagonist douche here. That he really just hit on, again, the theme of dreams, theme of being beaten down, and theme of like, maybe it is too late for me. Maybe I shouldn't have these dreams. Maybe it's wrong of me to want something other than what I already had. Maybe it's wrong of me to want to change tracks and follow my passions. But then having that back and forth between him and Rick for a short moment before Rick, of course, grabbing his shoulders like, no, it's never too late. No, it's never wrong to follow your dreams. And just really, again, hammering those points further in. So I did really like that interaction as well between those two. I also really liked Rick's sort of, not breakdown, but him showing his insecurities and how he was feeling down, seeming sort of anguish over all the hate he was getting, right? It's like, can I really do this? Like, even though, of course, he is comically overpowered, right? And we all know that, even though he is still aloof about it. Still seeing him, even if he is totally dense, still seeing him be so downtrodden, seeing him be so seemingly down that maybe these people are right. Maybe everyone just saying I'm too old. Everyone's saying I'm not good enough. Everyone's saying that I can't do it. Maybe they are right. Maybe I should just give up. Even though, of course, he is stronger than basically everyone in the world. But showing that no matter what position you are in, no matter how talented you may be, just the hate you'll get but trying to be different or trying to go out of your lane, so to speak, and seeing how that impacts him, especially considering his, well, power level in this world, really just goes to show that, yeah, like, you will face hate, no matter your situation, because people just don't like anyone being different. Humans don't like others doing things that they are themselves too afraid to do, and doing things that they would not have the courage or confidence to do themselves. Therefore, they often end up trying to beat down on anyone trying to go outside their lane, quote unquote, and keep everyone in their own lanes to not be faced with the recognition that, shit, I could have done that, I wanted to do that, but I didn't, and having to face that truth for themselves. Anyhow though, all of these things was very nice to see. Also, of course, the scene with Reanette, the Dark Elf, sort of giving him confidence back, saying like, hey, even if nobody believes in you, I believe in you. Also showcasing that, hey, if you just have like one person believing in you, that can do wonders for your confidence and really feeling like, yeah, I can do this. I'm not alone. I have at least someone on my side that believes in me. And I think that's important for most humans. Just have that, at least one support player that is in your corner, no matter what happens. We do also get a very short sort of inkling of why Rick wanted to be an adventurer, mostly just from the very start of the episode and the ED, seemingly showing that he read these adventure books and such as a child. He probably wanted to be an adventurer, but probably ended up just being pushed into being a nobody, and he didn't really have the guts or courage or confidence to go into an adventurer life before he was, at this 30 plus age. Though I'm sure we'll get more info on that down the line in the season. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, do please remember to like and subscribe. It greatly helps out the channel, so thank you for the support. Now, I want to take a very short time here to talk a bit about Reanette Elfelt, the Dark Elf, who is a very nice waifu, by the way. Just saying. Kind of my type, you know what I mean? Elf ladies. Whew. I did really like the specific scene in this episode where things went from sort of humorous and lighthearted, as this show has been so far, to Rick being teleported away by the, snotty kid. But instantly just seeing Reanette just pick him up and, slash the wall in half and basically threatening to torture this kid and doing God knows what to him if he didn't tell her where he was and what he did. Just in that very quick moment, drastically changing the mood, but also really efficiently showcasing that, yeah, Reanette, she's not to be fucked with. And clearly, she has an attachment to Rick. Clearly, she cares about him. Clearly, she's not going to let anyone hurt him, right? And just really displaying that closeness between those two, which also is somewhat shown, I guess, when she didn't mind him calling her his girlfriend earlier in the episode. But still, in this scene, really showing the audience in a super efficient manner that, yes, she cares about him, and I suppose the other S-rank party members also care about him in a similar fashion, though perhaps her a bit more than the others. Just showing that relationship in such an effective, simple, quick way, without having to really explain it, because we see it in her actions. That was very nice to see, and I did also like the anime just actually being more serious in this episode for once, not just being sort of aloof, humoresque, as the rest of the show has been mostly so far. Hopefully we will get more of those moments moving forward. Now to end off here, I do have to mention that, yes, these S-rank party members, they are definitely goofy, right? Like, they are definitely the sort of characters that will probably bring a lot of comedic relief moving forward. Hell, our, blacksmith sort of alchemist S-rank, he made a literal AR. He made an assault rifle. Come on, what's going on here? Okay, dude, he's apparently visionary, making modern-day assault rifles in 1000 BC. Okay, dude, I'm sold. But just everyone, including the tiny vampire mage. It's yes, it's clear these people, these characters will probably be more the comedic relief, while Reanette, the Dark Elf, will be more the grounded, probably S-rank party member we will see moving forward. But the humor was okay, I didn't mind it, and just the S-rank party going crazy with the fun moments, with these guards trying to hamper Rick. Yeah, sure, that's okay, I don't mind that. It's sort of a fun break between everything else, but I hope they don't lean too much into the comedy and do focus a bit more on the story and narrative and have this actual meaningful story throughout the season, and don't just go too crazy goofy too often. Having comedic moments are fine, just don't go overboard with it, right? And yes, I will also admit here that the self-awareness or lack of self-awareness of Rick can get tiring. Already in this episode, I'm yes, I know. It's kind of tiring in a way that he doesn't realize his power, but, it is that sort of trope, and it'll probably just keep going for the rest of the season, or the entire series if it gets more than one season. But as long as they have this nice thematic narrative and story moving along, I can very much appreciate the show for what it is, and have a good time enjoying it, while at the same time having fun seeing Rick just absolutely smash every obstacle in his way. Anyhow, though, what do you think of episode 2 of the Ossan Newbie Adventurer? Like it, hate it, leave all those comments down below or any other comments on my commentary or video itself. That being said, hope you have a nice day, keep watching anime, and I will see you in the next one. So, bye-bye.